Time now to turn things over to Bob Stezzi from Stezzi Training and Consulting. And Bob has some tips for you on how your business can be a sustainable one.
Is your business sustainable? Customers are really trending towards sustainable businesses these days. People realize more than ever that with the limited resources we have available, we have to make good use of them if we're going to provide for a healthy and prosperous society for our current generation and for our children and future generations. Sustainable organizations make decisions based on 3 dimensions. They always consider not just the economic dimension, but also the social impacts and environmental impacts of what their businesses do. The good news is many of the actions we can take to make our organizations more green can also make us more profitable. Today we're going to talk about 4 principles that can help your organization to be much more sustainable. Principle number 1, you want to reduce your dependency on fossil fuels. This is almost a no-brainer with fuel prices the way they are today. For example, besides trying to reduce the amount of miles you drive in your organization and your employees to get from place to place, you also want to look at how far things have to travel in terms of the products your organization uses. The longer the product has to travel, the more fossil fuels are being used. So shopping locally for the products that you use is one of the ways to reduce fossil fuels. The second principle is to try to reduce synthetic chemicals and heavy metals being used by your organization. Again, this is not just a matter of the products that you produce, but the products that you use that you buy from other organizations. Principle number 3, try to reduce your impact on nature. For example, when building a site, one of the things that really helps is to make sure you're not disturbing too much of what's already natural in the environment, and you can use those things actually to your benefit. The fourth principle is to make sure that what we're doing in our businesses does not adversely impact people around the earth. In other words, we shouldn't be hurting people's chances of meeting their personal needs. For instance, we want to make sure that the decisions that we make in our businesses here don't adversely affect other people around the world in terms of preventing them from accessing the resources that they need, or maybe even endanger them. So what can your organization do to make itself more green? Well, we have 3 things that you may want to consider, for instance, when you're obtaining products for your own organization's use. Number 1, if you're using a green product, it has to work well. So the first question is, does the product work well? Second consideration is product miles. Again, you want to keep in mind how many miles the product is traveling before it gets to your business. The longer it travels, the more environmental impact occurs. The third consideration should be, does your supplier really promote and act in accordance with the principles of sustainability? By the way, you might want to consider those 3 guidelines for making purchases at home and make your home as green as possible. Remember, the only way we can really maintain a high quality of life for our current generation and provide for a prosperous and healthy environment for future generations is to really be as sustainable as possible in the way that we're doing business. If you'd like more information about how your organization could be more sustainable, please call Stezzi Training or visit our website, stezzitraining.com. Thank you.